This beautiful boat is the Phaley. It's a steel-hulled sailing ketch. It was built in 1923 and for years acted as a workboat around the coast of South Australia. Now it does educational trips with schools, pleasure trips, all sorts of things. You can come on it yourself if you want to. It does give you a good idea of what it was like to work on a sailing ship hundreds of years ago when they first came out to Australia. And there were many risks. Australia has more than its share of shipwrecks, because a ship like this, driven by the wind, could get into trouble in uncharted waters and run aground. With only the wind to blow it about, it couldn't always get off. So one of the essential bits of equipment that the captain relied on was this. It was the sounding lead. It was very important. These days you can tell how much water there is under the boat by using the echo sounder, but in those days you didn't have one. You had to rely on this. And to throw it, you actually heaved this large lump of lead out to the front of the ship. Now attached to this big lead weight is this. It's a long rope and it's got some very distinctive markings on it. They told you how deep the ocean was. Let me show you. The first sign was that. Bit of leather cut into two. That meant 2 fathoms. 1 fathom on, or about 2 meters, you found the 3 fathom mark. Again, a piece of leather with 3 tags. Then that one meant 5 fathoms, 7 fathoms, and the piece of leather with a hole meant 10 fathoms. Well, this is how it was done, more or less, literally by heaving the lead. Well, the fellow who was doing this job could, as he read the depth, call it out to the captain. And he called it out in 2 ways, by the mark or by the deep. See, if this one was just showing at the waterline, that was an actual mark that told you how deep it was. He'd call out, by the mark, 7 fathoms. But if this one, the 10 fathom mark, had just gone under, that was by the deep. He'd estimate how much more there was, perhaps another fathom, and call out, by the deep, 11 fathoms. So the captain then could tell how much water there was under the ship. Now he might have needed that because he was coming into anchor, and you needed a good surface to dig your anchor into. Hard rock is no good at all. Sand's not bad, and gravel maybe. So in the end of the weight was a lump of wax. It was sticky wax, and embedded in that would be a sample of the sea's bottom. As you can see, embedded in this is a lump of gravel. So we now know that under us is, say, 11 fathoms, and there's a gravelly shoal. And that was very important for the captain to know. Well, all these people, of course, controlling the ship were heaving on the ropes and doing a lot of work, especially in a high wind. So although this is a large lump to chuck around, this job is nothing compared with the people who hauled on the ropes. So the fellow who got this job was said to be swinging the lead. He had an easy time of it.